Hello there. Welcome to a place where the ordinary fades away and the extraordinary takes center stage. Let me take you to a place where stories ride the wind and the sea sings. A place out of time, where every breeze carries a legend and every wave whispers a secret. The Isle of Man, a jewel in the Irish Sea, is home to a castle that stirs the imagination and awakens the spirit of adventure. Peel Castle calls to the adventurer in all of us, inviting us to listen to its tales and walk in the footsteps of those who came before. This isn't just about old stones. It's about feeling history come alive beneath your fingertips, connecting you to centuries past. Imagine standing on a cliff, wind in your hair, the world stretching before you, and the endless horizon promising new adventures. Peel Castle isn't a museum behind glass. It's a living piece of history where laughter and footsteps echo through the ages. Walk the paths where Vikings and kings once trod, and let your imagination roam free among the ancient stones. Some places hold a certain magic. You feel it the moment you arrive, as if the land itself is welcoming you. Peel Castle is rugged, beautiful, and has weathered centuries of storms, standing strong against the elements and the passage of time. It stands as a silent guardian over the sea, promising escape, discovery, and a sense of wonder to all who visit. Let's leave the bustle behind and head where the air is fresh. The views are endless, and every step feels like a new beginning. The Isle of Man is waiting, and Peel Castle is ready to share its secrets with those willing to listen and explore. This is a journey for the soul, a chance to see something truly magnificent, to be inspired by beauty and history intertwined. Let's begin our adventure to this incredible island kingdom, where every moment is a story waiting to unfold. Step into a world where the past is alive and every stone has a story. The adventure starts now. Let your curiosity lead the way. Are you ready to explore? Let's go. The island awaits, and your story here is just beginning. Our adventure begins with the journey itself, a voyage that sets the tone for everything to come. Getting to the Isle of Man is part of the magic. The ferry glides across the Irish Sea, carrying you away from the familiar and into the unknown. Arriving by ferry, you leave the mainland behind and enter a world apart, where the horizon seems to stretch forever and the island slowly reveals itself. The air grows saltier, the anticipation builds, and the wind carries whispers of adventure as you draw closer to the island's shores. On board, you hear the gentle Manx accent and feel the warmth of the island's community. Strangers share stories, and laughter drifts on the sea breeze. As the island comes into view, its green hills and rugged coastline promise adventure. The landscape feels ancient, shaped by wind and waves. The Isle of Man is small but full of character, with its own parliament and traditions. Here, history and culture are woven into daily life. The drive to Peel winds through timeless countryside, fields, stone villages, and the unique Lowton sheep. Every turn reveals a new story in the landscape. Then, cresting a hill, you see Peel, a town nestled in a bay, guarded by the castle. The view is breathtaking, a perfect blend of nature and history. The red sandstone walls rise above the sea, strong and mysterious, standing watch over the town and the waves below. You sense the stories waiting within, legends echoing in every stone and shadow. The castle stands as a beacon, inviting you to step inside and discover its secrets. Your heart beats faster. You're about to enter a place where history lives, and every step connects you to centuries past. The journey is more than travel. It's a passage into legend, where every mile is steeped in myth and wonder. Every mile brings you closer to the heart of the island, to a place where the past and present meet. The adventure is just beginning. Peel Castle awaits. Let's cross the causeway and step into history together. Your first look at Peel Castle is unforgettable. It sits on St. Patrick's Isle, connected to town by a causeway. As you approach, the castle looms larger, its high walls built to withstand sea and enemy alike. The stonework reveals layers of history, rough, ancient, and refined. The location is spectacular, commanding the bay and watching for ships. It's both strategic and breathtaking, surrounded by the sea on three sides. The waves crash below, seagulls wheel overhead, and you feel on the edge of the world. The red sandstone gives the castle a unique warmth. Arrow slits and the imposing main gate hint at centuries of defense. Imagine guards peering out, watching for friend or foe. Crossing the threshold, you enter another world. The castle's quiet strength is humbling. You join a long line of visitors, each awed by these ancient walls. Peel Castle doesn't shout, it simply endures. Its presence is powerful, its silence profound. Here, history is tangible. The adventure deepens as you step inside. Let's explore further. Entering Peel Castle is like opening a living history book, where every step forward takes you deeper into the past. Inside, the air is calm, the modern world left behind. The silence here is profound, broken only by the wind and distant cries of seabirds. The ruins are a patchwork of eras, a timeline in stone, each wall and archway telling a different chapter of the island's story. The story begins with the Vikings, who built a formidable fortress here in the 11th century, shaping the destiny of the Isle of Man. Their presence lingers in the Round Tower, a classic piece of Celtic Norse architecture that has watched over the bay for centuries. Imagine Viking longships arriving in the bay, the tower standing watch as warriors and settlers came ashore, bringing new customs and legends. Over centuries, the castle grew. Kings, English rulers, and generations of islanders left their mark, each adding new layers to its story. The Great Curtain Wall, gatehouses, and towers tell of evolving power, shifting alliances, and the need for protection against invaders. Walk among the remains of barracks, armories, and grand halls, where soldiers once gathered and feasts were held. Each stone whispers stories, chisel marks, scars from sieges, echoes of daily life, and the resilience of those who called this place home. This was more than a fortress. It was a center of power, religion, and community, where people worshipped, traded, and lived together. The energy of centuries lingers in the weathered stones, carrying memories of triumph, loss, and everyday life. You can almost hear the bustle of the past, footsteps echoing, voices drifting through empty corridors. Every step connects you to those who lived, worked, and dreamed here, linking your story to theirs. The castle's history is yours to discover. Let the stones speak. Listen closely, and you may find your own meaning in their silent testimony. The past is alive here. What will you find as you explore these ancient walls? Peel Castle is steeped in legend as much as history. The most famous tale is of the Modi Dechu, a ghostly black dog haunting the corridors. Soldiers feared its silent presence. One challenged it, only to return in terror and die days later. The passage was sealed, and the hound vanished, but the story lingers. Another legend tells of Finn McCool, the giant who hurled a piece of Ireland, creating the Isle of Man. Some say the giant still sleeps beneath the castle, its guardian. These stories aren't just ghost tales. They reveal the beliefs and fears of those who lived here. Legends connect Peel Castle to a mystical past, where the veil between worlds felt thin. Standing on the battlements, it's easy to let your imagination run wild. Here, history and myth intertwine. Anything feels possible. The castle's magic is real. Walking the curtain wall of Peel Castle is a highlight. The panoramic views are unforgettable. Castle ruins below, the town of Peel, and the endless sea. Trace the outlines of ancient buildings. Imagine the community that once thrived here. Look out over the harbour, colourful boats, and rolling green hills. On clear days, you might glimpse the distant mountains of Ireland. The Irish Sea stretches before you, vast and shimmering. Ferries cross the water, gannets dive for fish, and the openness is exhilarating. The sounds complete the experience. Waves crashing, gulls crying, the wind on your face. The ancient stone beneath your feet connects you to centuries of history. It's a full sensory experience, nature and history in perfect harmony. Up here you feel free, alive, and at peace. The world seems both vast and intimate. This is Peel Castle at its most breathtaking. Take it all in. At the heart of Peel Castle lies a surprise, the roofless Cathedral of St. German. Once the island's main cathedral, it stands open to the sky, arches framing clouds and sunlight. Grass grows where bishops and kings once knelt. The ruins are wild, romantic, and deeply spiritual. The cathedral's beauty lies in its openness, nature and history blending together. Walk through the nave, admire the stonework, and stand where the altar once was. The space invites quiet contemplation and reflection. Beneath the cathedral is a crypt, once a burial place and later a prison. Eleanor Cobham, accused of witchcraft, was held here, a reminder of the castle's darker chapters. The contrast between the light above and the darkness below is striking. This place has seen both glory and despair. The cathedral's peace is profound. Here the past feels close. The spirit of the place endures. Pause and feel its power. Why visit Peel Castle? It's more than just another fortress. Its dramatic setting, perched above the sea, is unforgettable. The blend of wild nature and ancient architecture is unique, but it's the depth of history that truly captivates. Walk through 1,000 years in a single afternoon. Vikings, monks, lords, and governors. The layers of time give the castle a richness that lingers. More than history, it's the feeling. Wind on your face, the sound of waves, the peace of the cathedral. Peel Castle invites you to slow down, to look, listen, and feel. It sparks the imagination. You picture the people who lived and worked here. The castle comes alive in your mind. It's a place to create your own story as you wander the ruins. That's why it stays with you. It's not just a memory, it's an experience. Peel Castle becomes part of you, and you'll carry it long after you leave. Peel Castle is more than a destination, it's a treasure. It links us to our shared past and stands as a testament to resilience. Visiting is a privilege, a chance to walk in the footsteps of history. The sea, the stone, the stories, they enrich and change you. Everyone deserves to experience such beauty and wonder. Make memories here, whether with family, friends, or in quiet solitude. Let the magic of the place seep into your soul. If you ever get the chance, come to the Isle of Man. Cross the causeway, step through the ancient gatehouse, and let Peel Castle reveal its secrets. Thank you for joining me on this journey. There's a world of stories waiting to be discovered. Let's keep exploring together.